go hit it. It's lost, Biggie. It's lost forever. Don't ever go in there. It's gone. It's gone forever.
As it toppled, I watched it all fall down, burning up while I made my way on now. And now I stand real tall, gotta give my fam my all, gotta let it all out, gotta get the laughs out, gotta lay the past down. Ooh, we got the gas now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Easier Said Than Done. I am your host, Jack Galvin, and that really is what it's like during rattlesnake season in Arizona, especially after you see your first snake. You tend to get a little bit more timid on everything you do. And rattlesnake season is upon us. It usually starts in Arizona. It goes from about March till October when it's warm. Spring is a huge time for snakes out here, especially rattlesnakes. April is the month where we have the most bites reported in Arizona. Now, I actually did some research, put down some facts to share them with you guys. And more than 200 rattlesnake bites a year are reported to the poison control in Arizona. Now, that's a ton. That's a lot. I've lived here for 32 years. I've had a lot of run-ins with rattlesnakes, but never any really close calls, like crazy close calls. And that's a lot. And they said that's not even all of them, because all of them aren't reported, which is mind-boggling to me that someone's going to get bit by a rattlesnake, even if they didn't know it was a rattlesnake, which they make noise so you can see them, or hear them at least. And you're not going to go to the doctor? You're not going to go somewhere? And they said because of that reason, there's probably between 250 to 350 bites a year. That's insane. Now, when it comes to the most venomous snake in Arizona, it goes to the Mojave rattlesnake. Now, this is actually the most venomous snake in this country. But when it comes to in Arizona and what they do to people, they're not the most dangerous in that sense. It is the western diamondback that actually has more bites, more fatal bites, than any other snake in Arizona. So maybe there's more of them. Maybe they're just a more aggressive snake. I have no idea. But that's an interesting fact that I definitely did not know. Now, weirdly enough, I did look up what state has the most snake bites a year. Now, not rattlesnake, just any snake. And it obviously goes off of how many people are in that state as well. But it's actually North Carolina, which I would never have thought of. And Australia is the country that has the most deadliest snakes. The most dangerous snakes definitely goes to Australia. Now, say you don't want to be in a state that has snakes. Is there a state that doesn't have a snake? Yes, there's two. Alaska or Hawaii. Now, I've never been to Alaska. I've been to Hawaii. Hawaii seems like a better place to live. Sorry if you live in Alaska. I haven't been there. I heard it's beautiful. I just don't like the cold. So Hawaii would be where I want to go. But snakes don't bother me that much. We actually have a snake that lives on our property. I've talked about him in a vlog before. I'm going to show a video here of him again. His name is Henry. He's not a rattlesnake. There are good snakes. There are snakes that get rid of rodents. That if they were to bite you, nothing would happen. It would hurt, yes, but you'd be fine. So for that reason, Henry gets to live on my property. I'm not taking him. I'll push him away from the door, but I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not going to do anything to him, but let him do his job and get rid of all those rodents around my house. So let's take a look at Henry. Every once in a while you get to the front door, have a package too, and there's a snake. Big snake, not a rattlesnake, so no risk of dying. But he's about a 5-footer, 4 or 5 foot long snake. He's a big boy. That's Henry. It's so funny because one time I saw him at the house and I kind of pushed him away because he was close to the front door. I didn't film this, and then like 20 minutes later I came back out to do the weeds to put stuff on the weeds, and he was just chilling in the driveway again. So I didn't do anything this time. I just went about the weed thing, and he starts following me around the front yard as I'm squirting these weeds with chemicals. And he's not being aggressive. He's not doing anything crazy. He's just following me around. And I just let it happen. And I haven't seen him in a while, so I hope he's okay. But this should be about the time where he starts to come out. Now, we had a rattlesnake, one of the earliest rattlesnakes I've ever seen living here. And it was in January. We had just a weird couple days in a row where it got warm. And I opened the garage to take the trash out for 15-20 seconds and came back inside, opened the garage down, and in that 15-20 seconds, like a little rattlesnake this big, maybe like 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, I think it had like 2 rattles on it, got in the garage. And he curled up in the corner, and one of the boys went out there to get something out of the garage and heard him and came running in. And I do have video of that. I got him. Rattlesnakes are different for me. I have kids that live in this house. I have animals that I cherish. And I don't want them to get hurt. And a rattlesnake can hurt them. I'm not going to show what I did to him, but he doesn't get the same treatment as Henry. So let's watch that clip. Definitely got hit by the garage door. That's why he was making that noise so much. You gotta do what you have to do sometimes to protect your family, your pets. I feel bad. Yeah, I kind of feel bad, but I also don't feel bad because if it hurt someone in my family, I'd be pretty upset. So if I offended anyone, I'm sorry. That's why I didn't show it happening. But sometimes you have to make decisions to protect people that you love, and that's what I do. And that's what a lot of people do, I believe. So I've lived out here a long time. I've seen a lot of snakes. I've never been bitten, not even a close call, really. So to me, it's just kind of normal now. But for anyone that lives somewhere where they don't see a lot of snakes, it may be crazy interesting. And it's not, I live on the outskirts of Phoenix. I'm in Cave Creek, and there's lots of desert around. I live close to big desert areas. If you're in town, I lived in town, in Phoenix, in the home I grew up in. I never saw a snake there once because there was no desert really around there. Everything was built up. So if you're on the outskirts, that's when you're really going to see a lot of wildlife. We get javelinas out here, pigs with big tusks that just walk around the neighborhood. They're super mean and aggressive. A lot of coyotes, they kind of run from you. I've seen bobcats out here. They're pretty tame too. I've seen one mountain lion. Luckily, I got to go inside fast because they're not as tame and they're a little bit more aggressive. So, but yeah, that's just living in Arizona. So hopefully you guys learned something, and that was fun. And we'll see you next time on Easier Said Than Done.